Hi guys, thanks for being with me. I have been requested to do another reading on Dr. Mosley. So at this time, all I'm aware of is that searchers are now looking into underground tunnels, which was interesting because in the last reading that I did, I think one of the last cards that came out said underground cave. Tunnel, underground in a tunnel. I didn't put much weight on it because I just thought it wasn't relevant, because sometimes a lot of these cards that can come up in my crime deck, if it's to do with a missing person, if there's no perpetrator as such, they don't, you can still use them, but it's more for perpetrator related crimes, I would say, with these cards. Anyway, it was interesting that was coming up, and if you haven't watched the first reading, I suggest you go watch it. You don't have to, but it may give you an idea as to what I think's happened to him. I might even do some direction cards today. Yeah, I just feel really an overwhelming sense of sadness now. I mean, it's already a sad case as it is, but I just feel, I'm not sure if he's with us still. If he is, he's hanging on, okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let's get an idea, please, what's going on with Dr. Mosley. Now, I know other people have stated that there's a perpetrator that they feel, I've seen another psychic and another person message that they feel there's been a perpetrator. This is interesting, this card, because this can represent somebody who is at a fair distance. It's actually expansion, it's travel. I mean, he is a foreigner in a foreign country. It's interesting, she's right on the edge of the ocean there, and usually this requires overseas travel, so being in water. I don't believe he's gone back home. I don't believe he's caught a plane and gone back home. I don't even know if he's gotten on a boat and gone somewhere else. I can't imagine that he would allow so many days to go by where his family are worrying for him. But it's interesting with my crime readings, I don't always read the traditional meaning in the cards. I often just look at the illustrations and see what they're telling me. And maybe this card is telling us to look towards the water. It could be in water, okay? And I never claim, just so you know, guys, to ever be correct, 100% correct. I never claim to be correct. I'm just a person who feels very strongly about missing persons and crime cases and wants to help with the clues that the tarot give us. I don't claim to be a psychic. If anything, I just go with my intuition, with what the cards are telling me, and it may or may not be fact. But there was another psychic who had very similar findings to mine, where, gosh, I am thinking he has passed, guys. And as I said, I don't want to set that in stone. We always want to hold out hope. But this is a spirit leaving the body in this photo, in this card here, in this image. And the Judgment card looks back at past choices that we've made and being able to, it's like a karmic card, basically, being able to see where we've been, what choices have brought us to where we are today. And this is the Pluto energy, which was I'm pretty sure it was in the 4th house on the event chart that I looked at in Aquarius. Oh, gosh. And I don't think he had sound judgment. Okay, this is a card of judgment. I don't think his judgment was sound. It could have been because he was experiencing heat stroke. It was extremely hot that day. God knows why he was walking towards the rocky trail up the mountain on a really hot day. He may have just wanted to be away from people. He may have thought, I don't really want to be around people. I don't want to catch a bus. I want to just take a shortcut. Maybe he thought it was a shortcut to go straight back to the accommodation, and he's ran into trouble. I also wonder if something fell off him. I don't know if there was a wind, if it was a windy day, if his hat came off, or if he dropped something and he's gone to retrieve it. That could be something that got him in trouble. And he might have gotten, I did feel like a sense of dizziness, experiencing maybe a headache, things like that, but just not thinking clearly. Exactly. That's the home life, that's the marriage, that's the children and the legacy. Yeah, I don't know if they've got a dog, but it's a gorgeous picture. This is a really secure, stable, even it's interesting. I think even his wife has her hair cut like that, if I remember. Oh, just from things I've seen in articles anyway. But isn't it interesting how sometimes people come out looking a bit like them? I think that he's with his family in spirit, guys. He's definitely been thinking about them. That's something that he's very close to. He would never just take off from his family. He wouldn't stage his own death, I don't feel, or unalive himself, or anything. If anything, this is an accident or a perpetrator. They're the only two things I could think of. And I have not been getting the idea of a perpetrator. This is him, the emperor, the businessman, the Aries, because that's what he is an Aries. And that's the Aries, energy. He was an Aries. It also rules the head. Okay, so Aries rules the head. Can also be sometimes impatience, impulsiveness. If we're looking at him, if he wasn't in his, the most positive aspects of Aries, definitely a leader, true leader in life, very creative person, very ambitious and, helpful. He was a humanitarian. And what I see, though, is the head. Okay, I'm looking at the head. I'm thinking there's head trauma somewhere, whether it be heat stroke. It's like his head really felt it. Whether he's hit his head on something or there's been just heat. Obviously it's a hot day. But it can affect your way of thinking, can't it? When you're undergoing something like heat stroke or he wasn't feeling well already, let alone getting on a hot path, okay, under the blistering sun. So, I don't know, what was he thinking, I don't know what he was thinking. Can we get another card, please, Spirit? What's going on with Dr. Mosley? This came out in the last reading, okay, and the reason I used these tarot cards again is I wanted to see if similar cards were coming out. Now, that came out last time, and this one's come out again, showing me him at a height, okay? He's gone up the mountain. This is the Aquarius energy, trying to get a higher perspective on something. Maybe he really was just in his mind. He didn't want to, as I said, didn't want to be around noise or people. He just needed to get away on his own. Go back to the hotel on his own. That's just the feeling I get, is that he just wanted to be on his own. And that's okay. People need their space sometimes. And I do, I know in the last reading I said something about him exploring. I do feel that an aspect of his trip back through Petty and towards the Rocky Trail was a bit of an exploration for him, even though he may not have been, in our right mind, thinking we're not well, we're not going to want to go off and explore and hike. And that didn't make sense to me either. But I still think that even if he wasn't feeling well, he's on a trail and he may have chosen a new trail because he wanted to see where it took him. It might have been that it had a really beautiful view and he wanted to go up higher to see the view and just stand there for a minute. We don't know really. But I do sense that he had an inquisitive mind. For some reason, he really just wanted to go down that way on his own. Yep, that's the new path too. Look at the trees and the person on their own here. And the Three of Cups can represent other people, friends, so. And wasn't he with his wife and she had friends with her? I don't know who exactly was there. But that's obviously them trying to search for him in the area, and the children too, you know, they've come along. Oh, wow. Four of Swords is resting in peace. That's how I see it. It's definitely rest and recovery. It's taking time out, mental rest. So it looks to me like he just really needed to get away from everything, and he wanted to, for whatever reason, go off on his own. And maybe, just maybe, he took some time out to rest under a tree, and the heat got to him. Balancing act. Oh, a balancing act. This is usually juggling priorities. Once again, the two. Okay, it's the Two of Pentacles. I'm thinking there was a decision to be made. Which way do I go? This way or this way? And it may have literally been a balancing act if he was on the edge of something. The Sun. Yeah, the heat. The heat's coming down strong on him. There could have been something on the path that caused him what am I saying? Knocked him off balance. Could have been a rock that he tripped over. You know, I'm looking at all the possibilities here. Working hard. This is the searchers, I feel, you know, working very hard. There's a lot of effort in trying to find him, you know. Let's see, where is he, please, Spirit? Where is Dr. Mosley? Is he in the water? Is he... I've got Justice card here. This is reversed. But I don't really do reversals. Yeah, it could be that it's very neutral energy as well. I just don't feel anything really with it. I don't get a perpetrator. I just don't feel that. I just don't get that idea. I'm going to be shocked if there was like people that hurt him or something. Now, in my last reading, this came up. And when I said this card represents a naive person, I didn't mean as in his character, okay? Obviously, he's a very well-respected, very intelligent man who has... you know, published many books, and he's been on TV, and he's got a lot of knowledge in the medical field. His wife's a doctor. He's well educated. But this can represent someone who, in that moment, okay, has possibly ventured into something unaware of their surroundings and the dangers of the surroundings. There is a bit of a naive decision that may have been made at a point on the journey. And it could have been something as simple as a thought of, oh, I'll go up here, and then something's happened, without really thinking about the dangers of what could, you know, the consequences of what would it mean for me if I get up here and get stuck. There wasn't really a forethought. There wasn't really, I just think he thought he was safe and he was all good to go. For some reason, he thought it was okay to go on that trail. He might have even wanted a bit of a challenge. We don't know what was going on in his mind, really. But I do feel that, yeah, I'm just feeling sad. I'm just really feeling quite sad. The Empress, beautiful, lush land. The Empress is a Taurus Libra energy. It's also very much about abundance. When I do crime readings, you know, things like that, missing persons, it can tell me that he's in the beautiful water, or he's in the beautiful, in other words, the terrain there. Is he under he could even be under a tree. He could be in rocks, you know, there could be something that he's in there. The Empress, I also thought of his wife instantly. And my heart goes out to her and their children. I really just feel, gosh, we see the Mother Earth, okay? Mother Earth. It's like we go back to Mother Earth when we die. You know, it's like that ashes to ashes, dust to dust kind of thing. It's like the human flesh, and I'm not trying to get graphic here, but we come from the earth, we return to the earth kind of thing. That's the kind of message I'm trying to say here, is that, yeah, you know what I'm getting at. The Cancer energy chariot, that's a choice right there, I feel, as well. Like he had two choices, two. We got the black and white horse represents which way are we going, and he had full control as to where he was going as well. I don't feel like anyone was, yeah, look, there he is there, full control of his decision, even though there might have been other aspects like, you know, illness or not feeling great would have played a part. But I feel like he was in full control. He took the lead as to where he was going. It was his decision where he was going. Look at the guy, right, with all the books around him. Isn't that amazing? So he was happy. He was actually happy. I mean, in his life in general. Like, it's not like he was feeling like he wanted to end it all or anything. There it is, the two pathways. Which way do I go? And there's the world again. Yep, so it's showing me travel. And it's so annoying, like, that no geolocation data can be found, because he didn't have his phone on him. I don't know if he had a smartwatch on him. I'm sure if that was the case, his wife would have said, you know, he's got this on him, let's look into it. Yeah. I'm a little bit tired today. You have to bear with me, guys. I know I'm not probably bang, bang, bang onto it, but just bear with me. I'm trying my best. Okay, let's get an idea. Where is Dr. Mosley, please? What's happened? Oh my gosh, guys. Death, rebirth. Scorpio energy, Pluto energy. Again, this is the Taurus energy. And right near is the water. Now, as I've explained, and I know that there's so many cards in these, but I do like to use them just to see what comes out. There could be so many that come out as irrelevant, but I know which ones will stand out to me. Can we get an idea as to what's going on with Dr. Michael Mosley, please? We've got family, so definitely he's thinking, even if he's in the spirit world right now, his family are his everything, besides his career, right? But his family are his everything. He would never leave his family by choice. Sorry, I'm just going to put that intention back in there. Michael Mosley, please. Dr. Mike Mosley. Dr. Michael Mosley, sorry about that. I'm sorry, it's taking a while, guys. Got to get this right. Where's Dr. Michael Mosley, please? Can you give me an idea as to what's happened to him? Where is he? Where can the searchers look for him? Internet messaging, social media. No idea what that's to do with. I don't believe there's anything. Just thinking of the news media. I don't know. What do you reckon that means, guys? Would they be looking at his previous searches? I don't know. See, this is what I'm talking about as in irrelevant. Female child victim. That's irrelevant to me. Cold case? I really hope not. I had a feeling they were going to find him, actually. But let's just have a quick look here. Can you give me an idea, please, Spirit? We've got a body of water and a boat. And I'm thinking, if he's not in the water, he could be between rocks. But I did read an article which just blew my mind, actually, because I remembered that 5 of Cups energy that came out in the last reading where there was a hole in the ground. And I'm thinking either he's fallen through the hole, because this woman, I think it was a waitress or something in an article, I can't remember, but she said something about those underground tunnels with the abyss. It's called the the cave system is called the Abyss or something. And she said that all he had to do was fall down, like if he fell through a hole or something, or fell into a hole, he could fall through and drown in the water. And I'm like, what? Is that what happened? Like, oh my God, what a horrible, horrible way to go. Very remote and dry, hot out there. So yes, it's very stinking hot, my God. Well, we got in water, submerged and drowning. We got solved evidence. These don't make sense to me. Once again, that could be seen as remote. I don't know what these mean. So they could be irrelevant. But he could have fallen into the water. That's just interesting how that's come up a few times in the reading. Can we get an idea, please, Spirit, as to what direction from... where am I seeing it? From the Mariner. Where was he last seen on the CCTV footage? 0 to 15 kilometers west. Could be. Okay, I never take these as like fact, but it could be just clues for us that he could be. Okay. He may not have traveled too far. Because sometimes bodies, if they are in the water, they can actually travel really far with the undercurrents. But I feel like he's still there. Oh my God, look at this King of Cups in the water. On something, on rocks, maybe in the water. Surrounding him? I don't know. It's interesting. King of Wands, that's a Leo energy. I could have seen that as a Aries energy. Someone could say that's a perpetrator. I don't know about the perpetrator. 2 of Pentacles, once again, the two toing and froing. Which way do I go? I wonder if at one stage he might have even... yeah, he might have got lost at one stage. He might have just thought he knew where he was going, and then it could be a combination of heat stroke, you know, all sorts of things there. We got the Bushland Forest card coming up. I still wonder if he's, because I felt like they might find his hat. That could be something they find first. I do wonder if he dropped something or if the wind caused his hat to fly off him or something. And then he's gone to go and retrieve it. And that's where he's fallen into trouble. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering there. This happened really quickly. He was on a mission. Like, he looked like he was walking fast too in that CCTV. I don't know how he normally would walk, but he looked like he was walking fast, probably to get out of the heat. God knows why he didn't stop at a restaurant and have a drink or something, you know. I don't think I'm really getting anything else much from this, guys. I do feel Temperance is an interesting energy. That was something that came up in his, when I did his name with the numbers, actually, yeah. It usually represents patience and healing, doing things in moderation. Maybe he was trying to pace himself, but he was also really quick and keen to get out of there, to get moving. I don't know if he's with us anymore. I kind of get the idea he's not. If he is, he's hanging on by a thread. That's what I feel. I felt like his spirit had come to me last night, and, you know, I was so tired. I'm like, oh, am I just imagining it? Because, you know, sometimes you just wonder, but I did feel like he was standing there, and he just looked a bit thinner than what he looked in the, bit more ragged, and I don't think he had his hat on him, if I recall. I don't know if he had his hat on him, but he had something in his hands, like he was holding something, and he looked desperate. Like he was, well, he was distraught. And yeah, by the time I went and got ready for bed, I couldn't tune in. I was too tired. So I don't know what he was trying to tell me. I might try and sit down with it later, but I am very tired today. I have chronic fatigue, just so it doesn't really help sometimes. But there we got the Seven of Cups, and it's all around the water. And look at this cave system. Wow, wheeze. Like, can you see that? How there's like this tunnel, like a tunnel with water, cave-like systems. Wow, that's crazy. And there's a snake. And I'm just thinking, this is all about carefully examining something. So maybe they do need to carefully examine the caves and the water. I think they're actually searching right there now anyway. But it could have been something that he was trying to ponder on. Also, if he was alive, you know, if he fell in there and he was still alive initially, he might have been trying to work his way out of there. I don't know what the currents are like or what, but oh God, I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He could be up on the mountain somewhere, but I am being drawn to the waterways. I've always thought that he might have fallen in there. Oh, geez. This is a heartbreak. This is painful words, so it could be that we are going to hear some bad news, guys. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, Spirit. I don't want to hear that. Gosh, how many days or months or weeks? When are we going to hear news? When are we going to hear news on Dr. Mosley when they find him? When are we going to hear news? Just getting all the kilometres cards, but I do want to see, when are we going to hear news on him, please, when they find him? How long could it be that they find him? I'm getting south another direction. Is it southwest? I don't know. Wow, don't tell me months. No way. No way. No way. I'm not wanting to hear that. I wanted hours more than anything. Oh, look at that. Just came up when I said it. Hours. So it could take hours for some info to come through. That's significant. Could take months for other things. But, oh, geez. This never happens over there either. Like, this is so rare to happen over there. This is why I think some people have thought that, you know, he's ran into some trouble with gangs or I think one psychic said there was a group of people, like a gang, that mugged him and took off with him. And other people I've heard have said that they believe there's a perpetrator that's holding him captive or have taken him. That could be. I don't know. I'm not actually feeling that at all. I just, in my readings, I've done 2 readings now. I haven't picked up on any perpetrator. I just feel like this was a misadventure, a very unfortunate, tragic accident. And I'm praying his family receive, you know, good news. That's what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping we all do, because he looks like such a lovely man. And, yeah, he's helped so many people. And it's just so sad that this happens to good people in the world. Let's pray, guys, that there's a miracle, you know, that he's found safely somewhere. But I just don't know. Yeah, I'm just hoping that they find him anyway, so that either way his family have answers and some kind of, well, can, you know, just embark on their healing journey. That's basically what it's about. What do you guys reckon? Please let me know. I love listening to your comments. And yeah, connecting with all you guys, and welcome to all the new people who have come on. And that's all I can do for now, I'm pretty sure, guys. I just don't feel, I'm not feeling anything else besides the fact that this was an unfortunate, tragic accident. There it is again, the Fool. Yeah. Falling into water. Oh my God. Oh my God. The moon. Look at that. The moon. And we see somebody underwater. I'm just thinking that might have been the case. Might have been the case, guys. Anyway, take care of yourselves and we'll connect soon. Love and blessings.